Too bright. Good afternoon, people. Come in here. Let me give y'all some clarity. If it ain't one thing, it's another. It's fairly easy to run circles around somebody who got the aptitude of a padlock. It's very easy, but I need an audience. I want y'all to share this. Peace. Uptown DC. I seen the Freaknik documentary last night. It ended pretty sad, but DC was instrumental in bringing that shit to the table. So I ain't gonna wait because I ain't got time. Anyway, listen to this, right? I made a video asking, I addressed this man as sir, and I politely asked him why did he send me a book with pages cut out. You know what I'm saying? I asked him why did he send me a book with pages cut out. If you had something that you wanted to conceal, genius, all you had to do was not write it in the book. This right here, this is another instance of you being dumb as a brick. And to further prove my point of you being dumb as a brick, you killed people, multiple people. At no time did you think about your future and the forensic evidence and all of that type of shit. Like, you got anybody that kills motherfuckers like repeatedly and your life ain't in danger, that right there will tell you that they fucking retarded and shit. You feel me? I tried to be diplomatic with you, but you lying now. You said in your comments, after making a disrespectful video where you mentioned my mother, you chose to get in the comments and say that I reached out to you. Explain this to me, please. Oh, this Under Armour. I got the whole suit on. Explain this to me. How could I reach out to someone who was in witness protection? Please tell me, how could I reach out to somebody that was in witness protection? You were in witness protection. You wasn't on the internet. You wasn't on Instagram. You were still in the care of the witness protection program. So how is it possible that I reached out to you for your story? Please tell me, how? Anybody that know me or spend any time on this channel got an idea of my personality, and anybody that's ever been in a discussion with me know that I'm an intellectual and I'm pro-black. Me and you couldn't talk about much of nothing, my nigga. All them goddamn people you killed. And only way that I know about this is because you reached out to me, like the Jack Speaks piece. Every last one of y'all wanted to be on my platform. Y'all wanted to be covered by Gully TV. I never reached out to you. And I couldn't. You said I wanted your story. I couldn't. How would I know your story? Your story wasn't online. There was no Brian Glaze Gibbs content online until you came along. And at that point, then you started to see people mention you and cover Brian Glaze Gibbs. At no point did I reach out to you. I wouldn't reach out to somebody who I probably wouldn't stand in the same room with. I'm being for real. I'm being for real. I can't get on here and call you a bum like I've done many others, because you're not a bum. You was rocking that shit. You was fly as a motherfucker. Truck jewelry, you was getting money, all of that shit. But your whole existence was a little bit too graphic and too gruesome for me. You feel me? You had the audacity to say in your comments that I reached out to you for your story. What the fuck would I talk to a serial killer about? Explain to me what type of conversation would me and you have? Please Please clarify this. How do I even open up a conversation with a motherfucker who done killed a bunch of fucking people? Please tell me this. You sent me an autographed book that I didn't pay for and I didn't ask for. You contacted me. You appeared in my comments anonymously. You didn't even have a YouTube platform at the time. You didn't have an Instagram platform at the time. You were in the witness protection program. You feel me? You give me the fucking creeps. You've always given me the creeps. Once I read your book, you scared the shit out of me. You gave me the creeps. There's no way possible that I could do anything with you without the families of your victims holding me accountable or feeling some type of way about me. I wouldn't sabotage my platform like that. You understand what I'm saying? I would not sabotage my platform like that. You didn't just kill men and niggas that was in the streets. You killed women too. Cute women. So that right there tells me that you probably deranged some type of fucking way. You feel me? That tells me that you shot the fuck out. And I know that you the real deal because I pay attention to context clues. I can tell how your peers, the rest of the gangster community, I can tell how they act when you came around and shit. A lot of them niggas were scared of you. A lot of them niggas were scared of you and didn't want any problems with you. I'm being transparent as a motherfucker. I'm paying attention to everything that's going around. I paid attention to the way Haitian Jack act when your name was mentioned. I paid attention to how Bimmy went into panic when you put your Bimmy video out that you ended up taking it down when you attacked him. The nigga was scared to death. You feel me? He didn't want no parts of you. And for you to get on the internet and lie, yeah, to get the rest of the gangster community was scared to death. Yeah, scared to fucking death. I knew this nigga was the real deal. You feel me? And then after reading your book, that further confirmed my inclinations about you. And I told you flat out, fam, I made up an excuse. I told you I was busy. I had a lot on my plate. I said, it's this new dude that just came out called Info Minds. He doing some shit called Goons of the Industry. Maybe you should go over there and fuck with him. He'll probably fuck with you. But me, no. So don't get on this online and tell people I reached out to you for your story. You talking about some, you didn't have no idea who I was. Nigga, is you fucking crazy? The whole world took notice of me and Haitian Jack. Everybody on the internet, I met Shaquille O'Neal. He was in tune with what the fuck was going on. Everybody in the goddamn world was paying attention to that shit. And you was paying attention to it. That's why you reached out to me. You feel me? That's why you reached out to me. And I declined having anything to do with you. And then I continued to decline having anything to do with you. You know what I'm saying? Ultimately, over a period of time, you started to reach out to me on Instagram and shit like that. And I said, well, I can do a piece with you about jewelry and clothes and shit, because you was rocking that shit and you was trucked the fuck up. You got the pictures to support this. We all know this. At no time did I talk to you about anything homicidal or genocidal. Why the fuck would I want anything to do with you? Please tell me. Tell me. You making up stories. You said everything but the initial inquiry was, why did you cut them pages out the book? You still ain't answered that. You trying to beef? You getting belligerent and shit? We all know that you a killer, my nigga. Everything that you say, I believe you. I got great character judgment. I've never questioned you being a homicidal killer. I believe you. I do. And I know that you retarded. You come from a retarded bloodline because your brother reached out to me, Kool-Aid. And that's when I knew that both of y'all was retarded. Your brother reached out to me and thought that I was going to help him bash you. Told this nigga, man, I got too much fucking polish to get in between two biological brothers. I'm not hard pressed for content, man. I'm not doing no shit like that. You feel me? So that's two of you motherfuckers that's retarded. You and your brother. Stop lying, fam. All you had to do, I asked you politely, why? You sent me an autograph book. You autographed it to me. You said always stay true and always keep it real. I'm asking you to keep it real. Why did you send me a book that you cut the pages out? If there was something that you didn't want the world to take note of, why would you write it in a book, genius? Why would you write it in a book? You know why? Because you got immunity. You know what I'm saying? You are a one-of-a-kind talent. You came to the internet, you was some shit we never seen before. You came here before Alpo and shit like that. And you was a lot more gruesome than Alpo. You came here and you were similar to Hassan Campbell. You feel me? A dangerous freak. It was like us going through the zoo, and you know, this is the hyena right here. This is our first time being up close to a fucking hyena and shit. We know that everything that you said, we know that you about that. And I still don't question your gangster. But your intellect, let me get your goofy ass out of here talking about whack 100, man. This is the Scholar Hour. When you see me on the podium, my nigga, respect this intellect. Now getting back to this killer. Everything that you be saying, you be huffing and puffing and shit like that, my nigga, we believe you. We believe you. And for you to think, after all of that killing, and after you emptied the clip on your story, because you don't have a story no more, you gave it to the YouTube community for free. You shot your load. You never did your own documentary. You never had any motion picture aspirations. You did one book, and you talking about, this is my ministry. You ain't no goddamn minister. You a grave digger. You the mortuary. You the mortician, my nigga. You the dark side. There's no, you can't, what's the word that you use? You refined and all this crazy shit. It's impossible. If there's a hell below, you going, my nigga. You're going on the first train smoking. You killed a whole bunch of motherfuckers. And you're the first one to get on the internet, this black. Sammy the Bull came after you. You the first one. And that's why everybody was paying some attention to you. It was like going to the zoo and standing outside the hyena's cage and shit. Look, redemption. Ain't no goddamn redemption. You killed women. You got a fucking screw loose. You feel me? You got a fucking screw loose. So, for you to, get on here and say that I reached out to you, why the fuck would I reach out to your bloodthirsty ass? For what? There's so many other ways to thrive out here. Why the fuck would I have anything to do with you? It don't make any sense. I wrote a book about my interactions with gangsters and, niggas that killed and shit like that. I initially declined Sean Branch. I wrote about it in a book. I wrote about you in a book. Me and Sean Branch ended up getting together because he wrote a book and I covered him as an author. My nigga, I always had polish about the way I conduct myself. I'm held to a higher standard. My family be watching me online. You think I'm gonna align myself with your ass for some fucking views? You're a goddamn killer. You a killer. Have you ever tried to get Scooter a touch? Nah, I don't want to interview none of them niggas. That shit was some shit that I did that Tupac, Haitian Jack shit, that shit had to do with hip hop. This ain't the motherfucking the homicidal drama hour. I don't want to fucking talk to these niggas. I wouldn't be seen in the same room as these niggas. None of that. We ain't got nothing in common. We cut from two different fabrics. I get money. I floss. I play the bitches. They kill and kidnap motherfuckers and all that type of shit. You feel me? So there's no reason for me to ever want anything to do with you. I never wanted anything to do with you. And if anybody look at them screenshots that I put up, you've been calling me for over a year, trying to attach yourself to me because your platform is dead. Once you shot your load, your shit is dead. You got a fucking speech impediment. You're dumb as a brick. You shot, my nigga. That's it. Like, You be getting 200 views on a video and shit like that. Ain't nobody checking for you. Ain't nobody checking for you. You dead, my nigga. Like, you should appreciate it that I resurrected you by saying something about your book. If you was a hustler, you would have been able to sell some more copies. You reached out to Curtis Schoon and you asked for my number. I contacted you before you made your video. I told you what my intentions were. And I said, if there's any miscommunications, we can get online and, get you some money. You can get you some money selling your book. But you didn't want that. All of the dirt, all of the evil, all of the vile shit that's inside of you, it came out immediately. You know why? Because you hate Luke. You hate Luke, one of Fat Cat's original co-defendants. You hate him. You dig what I'm saying? And you more than likely hate me. You just try to attach yourself to me. You feel me? And I didn't allow you to do it. You still follow me on Instagram. You talking about tell Gully TV to stay out of New York City affairs. Nigga, all you niggas been jumping in my lap from day one. You know what I'm saying? Trying to get some of this aptitude to represent your story, package your story correctly. I've been putting on a dazzling performance. I'm the best at it. You feel me? The fuck is you talking about? Stay out of New York stories. I run that shit. I've been running that shit. Before you got here, my nigga. You feel me? I didn't never reach out to Redbug. He reached out to me. I never reached out to John Bloody Hatch. He reached out to me. I never reached out to Panama. He was calling me from the penitentiary on his own through his son. You feel me? This is the truth. So what the fuck are you talking about? We want to know, me and everybody else, why did you cut pages out of the book? What were you trying to conceal? Now, because you dumb as a brick, there's other people that got books that you didn't censor. So the shit that you cut out, you was trying to hide it from me. You feel me? People sent me the shit, and it was some shit that had to do with Fat Cat and them niggas and shit. Getting back to Fat Cat, yeah, it's some shit that had to do with Fat Cat. So that's what you was trying to hide, because me and you didn't know each other at the time, and you felt that I would put you on blast for what you did. How can I put a motherfucker on blast who is in the witness protection program? You're in the witness protection program. Killer, nobody loves you. Nobody likes your motherfucking ass. You think people online like you? Don't nobody like your ass. Dangerous motherfucker. You feel me? I wouldn't be seen with your ass nowhere, no how, my nigga. I'm afraid of you. Sicko. That's what you wanted to hear? That's why I didn't want anything to do with you. I never read no shit like that before. I never read a book written and authored by a motherfucker in the witness protection program and shit. You feel me? You had immunity, so you can say everything that you want. You can be as graphic as you want. You could talk about, oh, god damn, by the time the fifth body dropped, man, I was overwhelmed and shit. I'm like, this motherfucker is crazy. You had to be crazy. You was flossing like a motherfucker, my nigga. Truck jewelry, you know what I'm saying? Wallabies, British Walkers, the Flyers cars and all that shit. You're fucking Jason Voorhees, my nigga. Straight up. So why would I want anything to do with you? I'm telling it like it is, my nigga. I ain't never got on here and disrespected you. When I did that interview with you talking about jewelry, I said I'm gonna take any video down that I ever said anything about you. I'm gonna take it down. And that was the end of it. You feel me? I'm not gonna get on here and misrepresent myself, get on here talking crazy to a homicidal maniac. Nobody's gonna buy that. The first thing they gonna say is you wouldn't say that to his face, and you're right. I'm not gonna disrespect this motherfucker. You know why? Because he's a fucking killer. He's a real deal black homicidal bloodthirsty maniac. Only reason that you came back to light is St. Laz interviewed K-Sun's brother, Born Magnetic. That's it. You killed his brother and he ain't said nothing to you. Everybody's scared of your motherfucking ass. My nigga, motherfucker feel you might show up at their crib and shit. We believe you. We know your work. So stop lying, my nigga. Stop lying. Stop lying. You don't have to lie to these people. You go on whatever it is that you do. You know, continue to do it, my nigga. Like, I got 2 numbers on you that somebody passed to me. One is in the fucking in the motherfucking the mountains of the Midwest, and the other was in South Carolina some month. You probably still in the witness protection program if you ain't got yourself kicked out. But to lie and say I reached out to you, how the fuck can I reach out to a motherfucker who's being hidden by the government? How? How is it possible? It's impossible. Making up stories, man. It's easy to tell the truth. It's hard to fabricate a lie and keep it going. I told y'all that when dealing with this fucking bozo great god. You eventually get caught. So there's no reason to lie. You haven't even answered the initial question. Why did you cut the pages out of the book that you sent? Please, tell us. He said, yes, you have to repent. Repent spent my ass. That nigga going to fucking hellfire. If there is one, his ass going there covered in gasoline. He killed too many goddamn people. Period. He said, Gully, that boy was nobody out here in BK. I'm kicking you the fuck up out of here, man. You think you gonna get in here and tell me that all that goddamn jewelry that nigga was wearing? Motherfuckers know motherfuckers that get online and just try to defame a motherfucker's character and name and shit. A nigga just came here, Glaze, I'm standing up for you right now. A nigga just came here trying to tell us that you was nobody. We don't believe it. We don't believe it. Everything that you said you was, we believe that shit. I know I do. I know I do. For real. I can look in your eyes when you talking and shit. You know what I'm saying? I know that you shot the fuck out. You got a speech impediment. You probably was in special class and all of that and shit. Motherfuckers that was in special class, they the only ones that will continue to risk their life, because every time you kill a motherfucker, you risking your life. You risking going to the fucking gas chamber. Or you risking going to the penitentiary. Fucking life. This is the truth. So that's how we know that you shot the fuck out. Everything that you said in your book, we believe you. Everything that you said online, we believe you. What we don't believe is that I reached out to you. Why would I reach out to somebody like you? There's so many other ways to get money. I've displayed that and shit. I displayed that. There's no reason to fuck with a person like you. Under no circumstances. There's still you got victims, my nigga, and they families watch Gully TV. They families is on the fucking internet. Why would I do a video with you and risk my personal safety? I still be in New York City. You dig what I'm saying? Why would I align myself with you? They not gonna get back at you because you's a killer. You feel me? And you in witness protection program, but they might get back at somebody who's representing you or aligning themselves beside you. And I never align myself with you. And y'all can go look at I am Gully TV _ on Instagram. You can see this nigga calling me for the last year being ignored. He knows he's being ignored, and he continued to call me. You dig what I'm saying? One of the last conversations I had with him is he called me out the blue because he used to have my number. I got a new phone. He kept talking about how he needed some content. And we all need to work together. We probably do need to work together, but I ain't gonna work with you, my nigga. Straight up. I don't want niggas like you around me, period. Under no circumstances. I did an interview with you talking about truck jewelry and clothes and Albee Square Mall and shit like that. At no point was it any mention of homicide or any of that genocidal shit. That shit don't even live in my spirit. So stop lying to these people. For real. He said NBK, they talk about him now, but he was more feared than Alpo in his era. I know motherfucking well that nigga was feared, and I believe what you saying and shit. There wasn't nobody like testing him like that. Wasn't nobody testing him like that. The nigga was getting brick money. The nigga had spots. The nigga was gunning motherfuckers the fuck down. Straight up. 70 years old and lying. Yeah, he's probably in his 60s. He's easily in his 60s and lying. You're not gonna meet the threshold, my nigga. You don't make enough. You don't get enough views to turn a profit, man. You need to, wherever you at, you still working in that shoe store you wrote about in the book, or I think UPS or whatever it is that you do. Pay your bills like that, my nigga. You're not gonna get no YouTube money. The thing that people found interesting about you was your horror stories. Once you ran out of them, that's it. For you to get on here and think that you're gonna cover hip hop and what the latest going ons and shit, just stop it. You just posted a video of me and Curtis Schoon when we did the Jam Master J shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure you got a library of Gully TV videos. So your everything that you said on that video that you put out, we don't find it to have any truth in it. You know what I'm saying? But we do know that you're slow. You are slow. And you dangerous as a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? You got a self-destructive personality. That's the truth. I don't have to be on here much longer. I got places to go and people to see and work to do. But stop lying and said I reached out to you, my nigga. If that's something that, some type of fantasy that you had in your mind to make you feel like you important, go ahead, have at it. But me and you know the truth. I couldn't reach out to a motherfucker who's in the witness protection program. You talking about I reached out to you because of your story. I didn't fucking know your story, nigga. Didn't nobody know your story until you wrote the book. You know what I'm saying? I heard your name before, but didn't nobody know about all that goddamn killing and shit that you did until you wrote your book. Until you wrote your book, signed and autographed it and sent it to me, did I become aware of your story. I was not interested in nothing you had to do. I told you to create a YouTube channel because I wasn't gonna fuck with you and shit. I told you to go to Infomines because I wasn't gonna fuck with you. So don't get on here and lie and act like you came up with all of this shit on your own. You dumb as a brick. Nobody believes you. Me and you both know that I directed you to Infomines. Anybody that's ever been on this platform know my story never changed. I wrote about it in a book. I wrote about it in my book. My story never changed about my interactions with you and shit. You're too gruesome, my nigga, Mr. Voorhees. So that's all I had to say, man. I just wanted to make sure. And if anybody want to see the screenshots of this nigga saying, please call me, please, it's in the YouTube community, or you can find me on @IamGullyTV_, and you'll see this nigga being ignored for months and months and months on hand, months after month. You know what I'm saying? He got frustrated and said, please call me. No, killer, I'm not calling you and shit. Once I did that little jewelry interview with you, that little piece about jewelry, there was no other reason for me to have any interaction with you. I unfollowed you. You know I unfollowed you. You feel me? And you still follow me to this day. So stop lying to these people. We all lie to ourselves because hell is so scary we have to repent and turn away from being evil. It's a little bit too late for him. Anyway, y'all subscribe to the channel, hit the bell so you get the notifications. Glaze, the screenshots is out. I got a fucking green screen too. I got a green screen. I'll get on fucking camera with my inbox life size. I'll have a 6'2" inbox standing behind me while I break down how many times you've been calling me and been getting ignored since May of last year. So stop lying. Alright? Y'all have a wonderful day. And stay sucker free, man. Don't believe the shit that come out these niggas' mouths. Peace.